Chiwiwi guy's family is taking over the UFC because they might have just unlocked a secret cheat code. In case you still didn't know, Raul Rosas Jr. is already making a name in the UFC as the Chiwiwi's guy. But now it seems that his family also wants in on the action, as his siblings are following in his UFC footsteps. The thing is though, with all three siblings trying to break into the sport, people can only think of one thing: nepotism, especially after finding out the crazy history of their family, and Raul calling the UFC family business. Raul secured his UFC contract as a teenager, and he's quickly becoming one of the most talked about young fighters in the game, and his brothers Kevin and Jesse are following closely behind him, while his sister Kenia is at her own pace. Now this led critics to saying his family's rise is less about skill and more about favoritism, even accusing the family of nepotism, especially when their dad was also in the sport when he was younger. But despite the criticism, fans think their family fits right in the UFC, especially when the brothers have proven their worth already. Nepotism looks good on them. The Rosas family might just become the UFC's first ever sibling powerhouse. Their trainers are even calling the Rosas family the Mexican Machines for their skills in fighting. But here's the catch. You see, Raul has proven multiple times he deserves his spot in the UFC, and even holding the record of being the youngest to join the UFC at just 17. His brothers don't fall behind as well, holding their own spots in the UFC. But then there's his sister Kenia. While Raul and his brothers have respectable records, Kenia is struggling to keep up with the 1-2 record. So fans are already asking, is she really UFC material, or will she be shot to the top because of her brothers? And it's not just fans calling this out. Some UFC fighters are already throwing shade. The Rosas kids are following a path that most fighters can only dream of. But here's the reality. It doesn't matter how you get in. Once that cage door locks, you have to prove you belong in that cage. If Raul and his family keep winning, people will call it destiny. But if they lose, well, good luck escaping that nepotism label. The thing is though, some people are pointing out that the UFC knows exactly what they're doing. You see, having the siblings in the game is a good marketing strategy. But still, fans speculate that the UFC is setting them up to be the next big thing, while others think they're just setting them up to fail in spectacular fashion. But what do you think? Is the Rosas family the next big MMA dynasty? Or is the UFC handing them opportunities that other fighters work years for?